Good afternoon, teachers and staff. My name is Casey Bateman, and today I will be sharing with you an example of a maths activity. It is our role as teachers to inspire and encourage our students to get the most out of their learning and to support them in their future endeavours. This activity is an interactive and fun way to learn about a maths phenomena in nature. It is based on the Fibonacci sequence and directed at Year 4 to 5 students. The activity will start at the beginning of term and will require revisits over the course of the term. A few materials are needed, including sunflower seeds, potting mix, pots or a garden bed to plant the sunflower seeds in, and some laminated images of sunflowers and other plants or flowers that follow the Fibonacci sequence. Begin by briefly introducing that it is a maths activity to the students and the notion of the Fibonacci numbers. This is to increase the children's awareness and support their development and understanding as the activity progresses. Next, take the class outside to plant the sunflower seeds. This enables the children to take on an active role in the activity and explore nature hands-on. The activity could be designed to work either individually or in small groups. Students will be required to take responsibility and care for their flowers, including watering them. The children will be asked to take notes on any changes they notice, including when the plant starts growing, how many leaves, if they can see a pattern in how the leaves are forming, when they can see the flowers bud, how tall the plant grows, how many petals the flowers have, etc. throughout the term. Students will record this information to quantify and compare amongst each other. This will help to really engage them in the activity and understand the relevance of maths in everyday life. This activity provides multiple opportunities for students to address the Australian Curriculum Learning Outcome ACMM 290 to compare objects using familiar metric units of area and volume. Once the flowers have bloomed, students will pick the flowers and the activity will move into the classroom. The class will begin by revisiting the Fibonacci numbers. This ensures students are exposed to the topic a number of times to help to really deepen their understanding. It also caters for any students who may not have comprehended them on first exposure. Start on the board with 1, 1, 2, 3, 5. Ask the children if they can work out the next number in the sequence. You can also draw a visual on the board. You could have worksheets or graph paper ready to go for the students to work through the pattern and fill in the blanks. Explain to them that adding the last two numbers together allows you to get the next number in the sequence. This is an example of learning outcome ACMNA 107. Describe, continue, and create patterns with fractions, decimals, and whole numbers resulting from addition and subtraction. The children will record all of their final measurements of the sunflowers. Ask them if they can identify any patterns or maths notions present in the flowers. It may be helpful to have some images of close-up sunflower seed arrangements laminated to draw on to show the students the Fibonacci sequence. Students will count the number of clockwise and counterclockwise spirals made up of seeds in the sunflower, discovering that they add up to the Fibonacci sequence. This aligns with learning outcome ACMNA 074, investigate number sequences. The next phase of the activity entails going back to the graph paper the children drew the number sequence on earlier to illustrate the golden spiral. This is an example of aesthetics and mathematics. Many patterns found in nature correspond to the mathematics of the golden spiral. helping the children to understand and appreciate that maths is present in nature. An extension you could add on to this activity would be you could ask the students if they can recognize any other maths patterns or phenomena present in the sunflowers. For example, radial symmetry can be identified. Thank you for listening.